Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Can you be broke and still retire? Can you be broke and still retire? Well, I am living proof that you can do that, and I'm going to tell you real quickly how I did it. If you get anything out of this video, like and subscribe, leave in the comments, let us know how you're coping with this. 2019, my wife and I went out for breakfast. She'd worked 6 years full time, the previous 6 years full time. She'd only worked off and on part time over the years, and she had enough to draw Social Security. That was about it. No pensions, no retirement. So we went out for breakfast one morning, and we were talking. I was getting ready to really slow down a lot anyway, and well, my health certainly took care of that. But anyway, we went out for breakfast one morning. We were talking about her retiring, and any financial planner would have looked at our assets, would have looked at our financial situation, and told us we were crazy to do that. But we decided, it is mostly me, time is our most important asset. In our mid 60s, time is our most important asset, what we do with that time. We had grandkids. She's an artist. She's writing a book. She had a lot of things she could do. So I said, just retire. I'll take care of it. I'll carry the ball from here on. So we did. She retired, and then 2 months later, the whole world shut down for 2 months, and she probably would have been out of work anyway. So it all worked out. Now the average savings, I looked up a lot of stats. I'm not a big stat guy, but the average savings for those who reach full retirement age is $45,000. Now we didn't have near that. $45,000 is the average. That means there's a whole lot of people with a whole lot more money, and there's a whole lot of people, like most of us, have a whole lot less money. Now that does not include all the assets we might have, such as equity in our house or other tangible assets. But the last time I looked, you can't, Kroger or some of these grocery stores, they don't accept home equity unless you jump through a lot of hoops in order to get at that home equity in order to pay your bills or buy groceries. We've been told for years you need $1 million to retire and maintain your lifestyle. Well, I guess that all depends on your lifestyle. My lifestyle didn't require that because we are very simple people. Uh, but anyway, 44% of us struggle with month-to-month expenses, and we fall right into that category. Sometimes the expenses are higher than what we're bringing in, and sometimes they're lower. We're able to save a few bucks for the bad months. But one stat that really, really bothered me was that 37% of retirees have zero savings. And I'm sure some of you may fall into that category. Zero savings. And that's sad, really. You've worked your whole life. And have zero savings. Well, there's some things we can do about that also. One of the big factors we have to look at is, how long are we going to live? Well, nobody knows that but God. How long are we going to live? We've planned for the last 5 or 6 years, because of some health concerns that I have, for me, that we've planned our whole life around her being on her own. And so we've designed everything from the house to the yard to our finances to the paying bills. We've designed everything that I won't be around, and that's okay. That's what we've done. So I may live past 78. I may live to 88. I may die tomorrow. Either way, we've got our ducks in a row, and that's something that we all have to do. Here's a couple of examples of some friends of mine that retired. I had one gentleman. They were pretty well off financially. His mom lived to be like in her 90s, so he thought because of genetics and things, he would live to be in his 90s. Well, he worked till full retirement age at 70, and I got to tell you, it was a grind for him the last 3 or 4 years. It was really a grind because he was getting older and he wasn't in the best of shape, but he stuck it out. Bless his heart, he stuck it out and kept on grinding, and he retired at 70. Full retirement benefits, he got the maximum, and that's all good. It all worked out for him, except for one minor problem. About 6 months after he retired, he came down with cancer, the big C word, and it was devastating to him. Now it is now in remission, and he's in good health and trying to fight. He's fighting really hard to get his health back. But things at our age can literally change in a heartbeat. I know mine did, and that'll be a story for another time. But it can change literally overnight. But he's pretty well set for retirement, so it's all good. Whether he lives another year, another 10 or 15 years, it's all good. He'll be in good shape. I have another friend of mine. She retired school teacher, and I don't know how we even got on the subject because I don't talk finances with other people hardly at all. And but she brought it up, I think, and she asked me. I think it started out by her asking me if I was still working. I said, "Yeah, I'm still working a little bit. I'm still able to. Now I don't take on the really big jobs, but even at my advanced years, just a couple of years ago, I could still work a little bit, and I was. I was making really good money where I worked, and I've got some skills that pay really well, and I don't have to work every day." But she was telling me, I said, "Well, are you still working at all?" She said, "Oh, yeah." She said, "I still owe on my house." She said, "I don't know a lot, but I still owe on my house. And I like to travel, so I'm subbing 2 to 3 days a week." I'm thinking, okay, you took a 50% pay cut probably. You could have just taught another couple of years, but she didn't. She retired, and that's fine. Seems to be working out for her. She likes the flexibility of not having to go into work. She can travel with her peeps, and she does that quite a bit. So everybody's story is different. I'm sure yours is different. Uh, but I'd like you to leave in the comments what you're doing, what you're doing in retirement, as far as making ends meet, some of the struggles that you have financially. Can you retire and be broke? Yeah, I think you can. But it's definitely going to change the way you look at some things. It's definitely going to change that. But until we meet again, which I hope will be soon, I'm going to continue to press on towards that goal.